money roll, yeah, I'm looking at the bank, say miss, I do not want to jail, yeah, nuts with my gang, you be just a stain, cover on my chain.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you guys are having a great day as usual. So for this video, guys, I'm switching it up a little bit. I'm going to be reacting to a great movie, a movie that I love a lot. It's really close to my heart. I don't know why, I just love this movie. I think it's just so artistic. I think Alexander Inarritu did a really great job directing it. All the people in the movie did really great jobs acting. And I think a few of these actors got snubbed, actually. The movie I'm talking about is Birdman. And starring Michael Keaton, Edward Norton, Emma Stone. Just a great movie in general. The scene that I'm reacting to is when Michael Keaton is talking to the critic in the bar, and he's just shitting on her. He's just pretty much telling her, like, I put my heart and soul into this play. Why do you get to just shit on it for no reason, you know? You're not even a creative person, but everybody yet is going to listen to you. Like, what right do you have to judge my work, you know? And I think that's really, like, it just really took a hold of me. And as Michael Keaton, I love Michael Keaton as an actor. Ever since I saw Batman, the 1989 one, Batman Returns, Beetlejuice, I loved all his movies, and I'm really happy he made, like, a comeback in Hollywood. He's in the recent Spider-Man movie. He's in this movie. A lot of new movies, but I think he got snubbed for this specific role. I think Eddie Raymond won the Oscar for The Theory of Everything, and I was really pissed off. I was like super pissed off because I really loved this performance, and this movie is almost flawless. Like, if you pay attention to the movie, it looks like Alexander Inarritu shot it with no cuts, no editing. You know what I mean? That's really special. Only the last like 10 to 15 minutes is where it turns into a real typical type of movie where you could kind of see where the edits and cuts are. But in terms of just the acting performances, man, Edward Norton, he kills it. He kind of plays himself. He plays an asshole. That's the ironic thing about that. He plays himself kind of like an asshole, a typical actor that thinks he's better than everybody else. Michael Keaton, oh my gosh, Michael Keaton in this movie, man. I love Michael Keaton as an actor. He's just over the top, but he really is super emotional, and he can really bring you into his performance and make you feel every emotion he's spewing. Like, this whole scene, I was just like caught up. I was literally caught up in the whole scene. And I just love his like rage in this scene. He's just pretty much telling her like how he really feels, you know? And the movie itself is just unbelievable. Like, it could have ended at like 3 different points throughout the whole movie. There's like 2 or 3 points where you could be like, oh, okay, the movie's over, and then it just keeps going. And then the ending itself is ambiguous, so it leaves it up to you to decide how you want to end the movie. So I always love movies that do that, but let's jump into the clip because I could talk about this movie forever. I'm just so upset that Michael Keaton still doesn't have an Oscar. You know what I mean? I just feel like, come on, man, like, man, it's just it just sucks, man, because that performance is amazing. But let's jump into the clip. We'll have a little discussion after. Let's go.
You don't get to come in here and pretend you can write, direct, and act in your own propaganda piece without coming through me first. So break a leg.
Wow. You know, what has to happen in a person's life for them to become a critic, anyway? What are you writing, another review? Is it any good? Is it? Is it bad? Did you even see this? Let me read it.
I will call the police.
Call the police. Let's read your fucking review. Call's a label. Just, lackluster. That's just the labels. Marginal, are you kidding me? It sounds like you need penicillin to clear that up. That's a label too. These are just all labels. You just label everything. That's so fucking lazy. You're a lazy fucker. You're a lazy. You know what this is? Do you even know what that is? You don't. You know why? Because you can't see this thing if you don't know how to label it. You mistake all those little noises in your head for true knowledge.
Are you finished?
No, I'm not finished. There's nothing in here about technique. There's nothing in here about structure. Nothing in here about intention. It's just a bunch of crappy opinions backed up by even crappier comparisons, right? A couple of paragraphs. And you know what? None of this costs you fucking anything. You risk nothing. Nothing. I'm a fucking actor. This play cost me everything. So I'll tell you what, you take this fucking malicious, cowardly, shitty written review, and you shoved that right the fuck up your wrinkly, tight ass.
You're no actor, you're a celebrity. Let's be clear on that. I'm gonna kill your play.
Man, I love this movie so much. Yeah, guys, a great scene. Again, a great scene. The reason why I love it so much is I think Alexander Iñárritu was kind of throwing a little few jabs at critics because critics just shit on movies and shit on TV shows and shit on people's, like, their work, you know what I mean? People put time and effort into doing these things, you know what I mean? Making movies, making shows. So I think it was kind of giving a little bit of a jab to real critics in real life. If you listen to the sound even in the bar, you know, like when Michael Keaton is talking to her, like as he's talking to her and then he breaks the glass, everything goes silent. It's just beautiful. Like the whole scene itself is beautiful. Everything goes silent and everybody's kind of like eavesdropping on their conversation. And then as the conversation goes on, everything starts to, like, you hear the piano playing, everybody starts to talk again. It's just like a really, really well-made movie, man. I really, actually Alexander Iñárritu, he actually did win the best director for this movie, and he won it the next year for The Revenant. He made that with Leonardo DiCaprio. Everybody knows that. Leonardo DiCaprio, he actually won an Oscar for that movie after like 10 years of not winning an Oscar. That's how you know the Oscars is bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, fuck the Oscars, man. It's just unbelievable. But, I mean, this movie was just great. I'm just really saddened that Michael Keaton didn't win the Oscar for this. But I love his role, his character. And he actually kind of does play himself because, like I said, in this movie, he was an ex-actor who played a superhero. And in real life, he actually played Batman before, you know? So it's kind of like there are a little bit of parallels from this movie to reality. So it kind of makes this movie a little bit more heartfelt, and you kind of actually grasp all the emotions that Michael Keaton feels, you know? So I just love this movie. The first time I saw it, after I saw it, I had to sit in the theaters for like 30 minutes. Just sit there by myself and like think about the movie, and then I went to go see it right after again. So that's kind of who I am. I love movies, I love cinema, I love great, great cinema like this. And it kind of just, kind of almost changed my life. Like, just the fact that they could make a movie with, like, that seems like there are no cuts, like, editing or anything like that. It's just, I've never seen anything like that. So let me know in the comment section if you've seen this movie. If you haven't, go out and see this movie. I mean, Edward Norton was great. I don't think he deserved Best Supporting Actor because I think J.K. Simmons won it for Whiplash. And J.K. Simmons was amazing in Whiplash. Emma Stone kills everything she's in, and actually she shot this movie in like 36 weeks or something like that. She shot all her roles or all her parts in 36 weeks, like in the middle of shooting Spider-Man. So that really just shows how great of an actress she is. It's just an amazing movie, guys. I just can't believe a few of these people got snubbed, but the Oscars is kind of what the Oscars is. You can't really rely on them for who's gonna win the best actor or who the best actor was that year, you know. So I'm just grateful that this movie came out because it did kind of change my whole perspective on filmmaking, and it kind of just changed my whole perspective on how I look at film, how I view film, and how I view cinema, and how I move forward in terms of viewing cinema and film. So just something that probably will never happen again. Or if it does happen, I'm not sure when it's going to happen, but just a great, great movie. So let me know in the comment section if you've seen this movie. I think it came out in 2014, I believe, or 2015, one of those years. But let me know in the comment section if you've seen it. Did you like it? Do you think these people got snubbed? What did you like about the movie? I love the ambiguous ending. I love the acting. I love the directing. Also, the soundtrack. There is no soundtrack. It's just percussion. You know, it's just drums, and it's just like real drum playing. There's no score. There's no soundtrack. Like I said, just amazing stuff. Alexander Inarritu is on a different level. You know, so let me know in the comment section. I could talk about this movie forever, just because I really, really adore this movie. I really love it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, because it helps the channel and the video grow. But I'm going to wrap the video up, guys, so take care of yourself. Stay safe, because it is a crazy world, and there are a lot of crazy people. But most importantly, guys, peace.